Well, guys, the LA riots, folks, it's still going on. And these people, man, they're not really protesting about illegal aliens. They're really not. This is about communism, folks. And I talked about this in my previous video also as well. Some rich billionaire is funding this stuff. Folks, this is not an organic riot. This is all planned out. Somebody with a whole bunch of money, folks, got this together. This is why you're also going to have these other uprisings, I'm going to call it. That's coming up, I believe, tomorrow on a Saturday. The No Kings protests. President Trump actually came out and said, I'm not a king. I mean, he's having all these judges blocking everything that he's actually trying to do. Kings don't have judges actually blocking them. But these people, man, they want Marxism. That's what they truly want. And you know what, guys? This one guy, this Rioter, he found out. Yes, he found out. Because in the LA riots, guys, this one man was actually handing out these bionic face shields. Now, if you are a peaceful protester, why do you actually need those? It's because these people have no plans on peacefully protesting. These people want chaos and destruction. They're rioters, man. These are the kind of people that are blowing up cars out there. This is left-wing extremism, folks, and I wish that the media, especially the mainstream media, would call this out. All of the chaos out there is caused by the left. So let's go ahead, guys, and get into this. Over here on X, Dan Bongino, the deputy FBI director, put this up. He says he chose poorly. Choose wisely. That's because this guy right here, he found out. He got arrested by the FBI, and that's a better picture of him right there. And why is he actually wearing like a military pants and boots? If you are a protester, why are you actually doing that? But anyway, Matt Finn says, breaking exclusive. The driver who went viral for dropping off bionic face shield masks in LA riots was arrested by the FBI in a sting at his home this morning. Alejandro Orellana was taken into custody on suspicion of conspiracy to commit civil disorders. Yeah, he effed around, folks, and he found out. He found out. Now, look right here, man. I believe this is the video they're talking about right here. And even in this clip we're going to watch here, this clip, it just started on me by mistake. Even in this clip right here, they're going to say this pretty much, man, with these face shields. Yeah, you don't really distribute those unless you're planning on doing something. Watch this.
Describe where it just feels like something's going to happen and you're waiting for it to happen. And you can look around, you see the National Guard in front of the federal building. But as far as this intersection where we're seeing all this take place, there's no local police to be seen. Yeah. And we have people handing out masks and gas masks. And we just saw people graffitiing the sidewalk right in front of this truck. And we've seen people doing burnouts in the street. And there's no local law enforcement around.
Let us clarify, because we've been showing a wide shot and from a different angle, a whole lot of officers on the other side of the federal building, almost behind you, and perhaps the visual is obstructed from your point of view. But I can tell you there are many, many, many LAPD cars and officers there that have staged. They are blocking that freeway overpass, so protesters can't get on that overpass like they did yesterday and throw bricks or concrete or scooters down on law enforcement that was below that had cleared the 101 freeway. So perhaps they're not where you are, but there's a lot of them already positioned.
I'm not sure if he's actually the driver there or the guy in the back of the truck.
They're not getting caught off.
but it doesn't matter.
Guard by a crowd gathered here.
So, I mean, that was quite a shot that we have there of these folks, and your photographer just gave us a great shot of the box that was left behind.
Listen to
which
this.
showed the brand of mask. I mean, it's not the kind of thing, thank you for seeing this there. It looks like a bionic shield is what that's called. I mean, that's not the kind of thing that you buy in bulk if you don't plan on doing something with it. And the fact that that's being handed out kind of like candy to everybody here gives you an indication that these folks probably plan to be here for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And look here, somebody actually asked Grok, is this a felony? How much time could he be sentenced to? Grok responds, yes, conspiracy to commit civil disorders under 18 U.S.C. 371 is a felony, as it carries a maximum penalty of up to five years imprisonment. The potential sentence could be up to 5 years, but the actual time served depends on other factors and things like that. Yeah, he found out. So
to breaking news now out of East.
Right there, I was about to play this clip and it automatically started right here. This local clip here from KTLA 5, this is what they actually had to say about the arrest. So let's see this.
To breaking news now out of East LA, federal agents have arrested a man accused of handing out face shields to suspected rioters during protests on Tuesday. KTLA's Jacqueline Sarkeesian joins us live now in East LA with the latest. Jacqueline, good morning.
Hi, Jess. Good morning to you as well. Yes, we've been told that this arrest happened earlier this morning, roughly around 6:30, 6:45 this morning. So authorities have already left the scene with this man who has been arrested. But the scene quite active. A lot of residents standing outside of their homes trying to figure out what's going on. We do know that there are some activists here in terms of being on the megaphone, letting people know what their rights are and to make sure they don't open any doors without a search warrant. So let's just show you what we're seeing right now. Once again, authorities have already left the scene. The FBI was here a couple of hours ago. They did arrest a man in question in connection to the protests or the riots that have been taking place all throughout LA County. Let's show you what we saw on social media. This is something posted not too long ago by the U.S. Attorney. And according to him, the man arrested is Alejandro Theodore Ariana. He was arrested earlier this morning by the FBI for passing out face shields to suspected rioters on Tuesday. The U.S. Attorney said they issued a search warrant for the arrest and that they have made it a huge priority to identify, locate, and arrest those who are organizing, supporting, or funding these riots. He goes on to say the arrest of Oriana is just one of the first key arrests they have made, and it is just the start. We spoke to a man, a neighbor who lives just a couple of doors down from this arrest and from this man. And this is video sent to us by him. He says he woke up to the loud sound of flashbangs and the sound of coming from a megaphone or some sort of loudspeaker notifying residents to stay indoors. He looked out from his window. He saw two white unmarked vans show up. They went inside one of the homes nearby, and then that's when they came out a few minutes later with Oriana, the man who has been arrested. He says things like this typically don't happen in his neighborhood. He was a little fearful when talking to us, and here's more about what he said in terms of where this location is and what's nearby. Have you heard anything in terms of him having a criminal record?
Oh, nothing of the sort, nothing at all. No one in this block have I heard any, bad news from or any gossip or anything of the such.
And that man did not know Oriana very well. Once again, this is taking place on 6th and Rowan in East LA. I asked him that question before we received confirmation as for why Oriana was arrested, but now we know based on what the U.S. Attorney has shared on social media, this man has been arrested for passing out face shields during one of the protests.
Yeah, he found out. It's just that simple, folks. He found out. If you're going to help these riders, you're a rider yourself, you're going to get locked up. You're going to get locked up, man. All you communists out there have been put on notice. This will not be tolerated, folks. This uprising, man, and this weekend with these quote unquote no kings protests, folks, you better hope that all you guys do is just protest. Because if you guys get violent, you're going to find out too. And I got a bad feeling, folks, about these No Kings protests. Because this is Marxist funded, and Marxists, they want violence. Out here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott already has the National Guard ready to go. Yeah, this needs to be put down, man, if these people want to get violent. And I got a bad feeling, folks. These people want to be violent. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.